Hello ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Hedgehog 2010 of Predator Parley here, presenting you with another game that is similar to Night Trap that is considered the sibling to Night Trap. This is Double Switch, another game that has been remastered by Screaming Villains and is a bit more different than Night Trap. For one, it takes place in a whole different setting. Like, it doesn't take place in the dark of the woods or whatever. This takes place in a whole new area, and we are going through a hotel this time, not just some cabin. The Edward Arms. We'll get more into that later. And this game is ran by full star power, right? We will be bumping into noticeable actors here and there, and man, let me tell you something. If I had to choose between Night Trap and Double Switch right here is the game, right? Double Switch is probably my favorite between the two. But we'll get more into that in a bit here. But just like Night Trap, we get introduced to the revamp options, and how this playthrough is going to play out is that we're going to be using the modern interface and the modern notifications, or the PC interface rather. But just like Night Trap, I hope you bought some popcorn and some drinks, because this is a bit of a doozy.
Hey. Hi. My name is Eddie. I need your help. This is my building. And since the neighborhood really sucks, I've built all these traps and security systems to protect the people who live here. The problem is some bonehead locked me in the basement and cut off my controls. Except they forgot about the phone lines, which is how I got you in. Now you can protect the tenants and get me out of here. You and me are friends, right? You gotta help me. Anyway, I designed the whole system. Now this is the lobby. That's Elizabeth, she's the manager. If there's a problem, don't expect her to deal with it, okay? You can see the traps and triggers for each room by pressing the start button. Oh yeah, to get me out of here, you gotta get the number from each of these power boxes. Now they flash on when anybody opens them, so you keep your eyes peeled, okay? This is Brutus, he just got out of prison. You gotta watch out for him. I don't know what he's up to, but I don't like anybody snooping around my place, okay? This is Alex's room on the second floor. She's a new girl in town. She says she's a journalist. I think she likes me. Lyle, the handyman. He's the one who's been screwing everything up around here. Trap him whenever you can. There's an emergency alarm going off in Alex's apartment. Use your cursor to get up there, see what's going on.
Okay. How?
What are you doing? Get with it. Come on, she's in trouble. Help her out. Go. What's going on? Are you just sitting there? I'm talking to the wrong guy. You're out of here.
It's a fun little game over I wanted to show off, but that can happen if you don't do anything at the beginning of the game.
All right. Are you sure you're ready for this? I mean, you gotta be quick. You gotta go where the action is and use the traps. That's what they're there for. There's an emergency.
Alrighty, so we want to switch over to Alex's room.
Herman, stay here and cover me while I check things out.
Hey, now you're making me look bad. Screw up again and you're gone.
So Double Switch is different than Night Trap.
Hey, stop scoping me. If I want your help, I'll ask for it. Got it?
Okay, calm down, sir. I'm not even doing much. I'm just checking out your room and what you're doing. No need to be so hostile.
When I come back, I want you gone.
Okay, sure, whatever. Let's check out the rest of the apartment.
Seen your face in a movie, and I'm crying at the moon, and I
You let those suckers get to the power box, and now we're all cut off.
So here's the thing with Double Switch. Like Night Trap, it's full of trial and error. It's full of interesting cutscenes, and you gotta miss most of that to get through the game.
You again? Oh, come on, get with it. Get me out of here.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so this is how Double Switch works. It is far different than Night Trap, whereas, you know, in Night Trap, you're able to trap the auger right then and there, right? With Double Switch, you have to click on a certain trap in each room 3 times before you can activate it.
Wow. Maybe somebody doesn't want me writing this story. This could be just what I've been waiting for. This could be really big.
Girls, this package came for you. At least I think it's for you. The label was quite unreadable. Some kind of an Egyptian statue. Seems like your kind of thing, Phoebe.
Thank you, Mrs. Edward.
Elizabeth, girls. Call me Libby.
Anyway, with Double Switch, like I said, you have to activate the trap 3 times before you're able to enable the trap itself, right? And immediately go to storage, because this is what happened in the last game over. Yeah, we have to activate the power box to continue with the game, right? So, where do we stand with the songs of Double Switch and Night Trap? Are we Team Night Trap or are we Team Double Switch? But yeah, anyway, with Double Switch, ladies and gentlemen, it's far more different here, right? Like, I don't even know where to begin. There's 3 acts in this entire game. This first act, rather, we have to keep an eye out on codes throughout this entire act. You notice that there is a lock with flashing numbers, and we have to collect those numbers. And we gotta do a better job in catching people, and oh no, someone's after Alex. I'll save you!
What are you trapping Brutus for? How many times do I have to tell you, we don't trap tenants. We need the money.
Well, to be fair, this is the first time you've ever warned me. But now I know for future reference that Bruce is one of the tenants. My mistake. But anyway, during this first act, we have to keep an eye...
Oh no. Boom. Yeah, alright. Good job. Good job. That should slow him down. Very nicely done.
I'm about to have an argument with my past self here, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, perhaps the name is familiar. I may have met him at some point. Oh, yes. Now I know the gentleman you fellas are looking for. He's in room 232.
Because I seem to be going through this game a bit more faster than I anticipated. And because of that, I can't commentate very well during this first part of the video now, can I? But anyway, so we had to trap Lyle because, I mean, that's what Eddie told us to do, right? He's been around, he's been the one that's been snooping around the place, so we have to trap him, right? And then there's these guys in black suits and green suits that we gotta capture, and... more interesting than the augers, I gotta say. More interesting than the augers. And during this entire first act, we have to collect these numbers to the combination lock. And immediately you want to switch over to the band room to get the third number of the code. So yeah, just like Night Trap, this game is a little bit difficult. And the traps are a bit more ridiculous. Man, I bet the guys that were performing on this game was having a time of their lives. And now something is going on in Bruce's room. But we have to keep an eye out in the storage because throughout the entire game, ladies and gentlemen, we have to protect the power box. Because if that's not protected, then that's a game over. There's going to be another thing that we have to keep an eye out in the storage.
2 weeks are up, my friend.
I got 2 more hours.
What do you think, I'm stupid? I'm gonna believe there's gold around here?
I'm telling you, Luigi, my father laid bricks on this building. On his dying deathbed, he told me there was treasure buried in this building. Why am I gonna make this up?
Maybe you wanna buy yourself some time. So I don't blow your face all over this room! You know what, Brutus? Time's up.
We want to save Brutus right then and there, because if we don't, then that's a game over. Also, holy shit, Brutus!
You tell Luigi and Mario their days are numbered.
Luigi and Mario, that's amazing. But, as I was mentioning before, ladies and gentlemen, there's one more room that we gotta keep an eye out on that we don't want some equipment to be tampered with, right? But that won't happen until Act 2. But anyway, let's get the last number to the lock and complete Act 1. 8812. That is the number that is needed to free Eddie. And by the way, if we happen to have not gotten those numbers, that's a game over.
Ah, great, great. You got the code number, great. Oh, you're good. You're very, very good. I'm out of here. All right, let me level with you. I'll tell you what's really going on around here. I think there's a killer in the building, and I think I know who it is, and I'm gonna nail the sucker. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch the basement camera on for you. Keep an eye on my place. Don't let nobody knows around here. Code numbers.
And yeah, that was Act 1 of Double Switch. I will see you in the next part, where Act 2 will commence. Until then, ladies and gentlemen.